Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let us begin with our chapter number 3, which is Health Psychology. Okay, before going into the detail of this chapter, first of all, we should know what is health. World Health Organization defines health as health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being and not merely absence of disease. Fine. Now, here we see health in a very wide perspective. It's not only the absence of disease, usually what ordinary people or laymen they consider that health is the absence of disease. It is a complete sound state of body. Complete sound state of body is a state where we have physical, mental, and social well-being. Fine. So our body should be in a complete state of health. Our mind should also be in complete state of health. Like we should not be suffering from any psychological or psychiatric illnesses. And we should be in touch with the people who are around us. We should have good communication or interaction with the people around us. Then this is a complete state of mental, physical, and social well-being, which World Health Organization defines as health. Now, health psychology. Health psychology studies psychological factors related to how people stay healthy, why they become ill, and how do they respond when they do become ill. You see, now it is such a wide domain. It does not see that why a person has become ill or what are the factors lying when a person becomes ill. It also studies that how people stay healthy, what are the means through which we can stay healthy, and if we become ill, then how do we respond. You see, there are so many individual differences regarding this. If one person becomes ill, how he is going to respond toward that particular illness. If another person becomes ill, how he is going to respond toward that particular illness. There is a lot of difference. And usually how you cope up with the problem, with the diseases, it matters a lot in health psychology. Fine. So your willpower, your coping strategies, your mental health, they all are very closely related with the health psychology. So, health psychology basically, it studies three very important domains: psychological, sociological, and biological. Means that any health psychologist, while studying or treating any problem or disease, will look into the detail from these three perspectives. He is going to identify the psychological causes of that particular problem, the sociological causes of that particular problem, and the biological causes of that particular problem. So it is the intersection of these three very vast domains. Now, Matarazzo is of the opinion that health psychology is a new term, but its concept dates back to the ancient times. Now, history tells us that it is not a new term. Long ago, people, they had this belief in various cultures that people's mental state, behavior, and health are interrelated. There is the relationship between your mental state, your health, and your behavior. So there is the relationship between your mind and body. Mind and body are closely related, and these things, they get affected by your behavior. Behavior is that how you respond toward that particular illness. What is your coping strategy? If your coping strategy is better, then definitely you are going to overcome the problem in a healthier manner and so on. If your coping strategy is not better, then definitely that problem is going to linger on, and you may suffer from other problems as well due to your behavior, wrong behavior. Now, these are the goals of health psychology. First is maintenance and improvement of health. Second, control and prevention of diseases. Third, dissemination of information about health. Dissemination means spreading of information. and fourth is preventive measures. The first one is maintenance and improvement of health. Psychologists, they explain which ways of living are healthy. They study stress. They also study psychological factors lying behind physical diseases. Research has shown that weak health has causal link with absence of exercise, poor diet, smoking, and addiction. Psychologists, they inform people that how they can maintain and they can improve their health. What are the lifestyle? What is the lifestyle that leads to the improvement of health? What are the psychological factors that lay behind these physical diseases? You are not familiar, but it is a broader category of disorder where there is a physical disease, like there is a pain in abdomen, there is headache, or there is some gastrointestinal infections, or there is some other problem. But the cause of that disease is not physical. It is usually psychological. Fine. So as you see in the slide, that psychologists, they study stress, because stress is a psychological condition, and that psychological condition shows itself through various physiological disturbances. When people, they are under stress, they may have gastrointestinal infections, they have abdominal pains or cramps, they have headaches, migraine headaches, fine. They may suffer from hypertension, ulcer, very closely related with stress. So they study these things. As I told you, that health psychology is a very broader field. It studies a problem from psychological, from sociological, from behavioral perspective. So they also study that is this a disease, physiological disease only? If it is a physiological disease only, then it will be treated by a medical specialist. If it is a physiological disease, but there is no cause in the physiology, then they are going to see the psychological factors behind that particular disease. So, researchers have shown that your lifestyle, it leads to your good or bad health. As researchers have shown that weak health has causal link with absence of exercise, poor diet, smoking, and addiction. Causal link is cause and effect relationship. Like if in your lifestyle there is absence of exercise, there is not proper diet, and there is smoking and addiction, then this is the cause, and it will lead to the weak health. Fine. So this is the causal relationship. Control and prevention of diseases. Psychologists recommend caution to avoid disease, highlight the harms arising from the careless attitude. If you look into the current situation that is prevailing in all over the world with the this pandemic, which is COVID-19, so you see that you are told to control this disease. How you can control this disease? By staying at your homes, by not getting involved in the gathering. Fine. So in this way, all the countries who are going for smart and complete lockdowns, these are all the strategies to control this disease, so that this disease should not spread further. And then the prevention of disease. Prevention is before spreading. What are the steps that we can take in order to avoid this disease? Just like you are recommended to wear masks, wear gloves, keep a distance from other individuals if you go out. So all these are the precautionary measures in order to prevent this particular disease. Now, dissemination of information about health. Now, information is spread or given to individuals through various means. Now, what are those means? Through mass media, setting up medical camps, organizing awareness programs, conducting door-to-door surveys. These are all means through which information about any disease can be spread. In the previous example of the related to current scenario, you might have seen through media, you are given a lot of information that how COVID-19 is caused, what are its symptoms, how it spreads, what are the precautionary measures, if you get the symptom then what you should do. Fine, all these information is given to you through media and other print agencies. And then preventive measures. Psychologists, they advise people about healthy way of life, like use of safety belts, to avoid smoking, and following physicians' instructions. So these are the preventive measures that you should adopt these lifestyles, these coping strategies, then you won't be able to suffer from that particular disease. Now, this is the relationship between health psychology and other fields. Health psychology is very closely related with behavioral medicine and definitely with clinical psychology. Now, behavioral medicine is we call it as an interdisciplinary field because it studies psychological, medical, sociological factors related to any disease, just like the health psychology, but it is more broader as compared to health psychology. You can say that health psychology is a domain or a category of behavioral medicine. So health psychology is very closely related with behavioral medicine because they both study the issue, the problem from different perspectives, from the psychological perspective, from the social perspective, from the psychological perspective. And behavior and health psychologists, they pursue the same goals. We have studied the goals of health psychology. Same are the goals of behavioral medicine. Maintenance and improvement of health, dissemination of information about health, preventive measures. So these are the goals of behavioral medicine as well. Nowadays, diseases have produced greater psychological effects on human life. Now, previously, you see people, they were suffering, definitely suffering from TB, from AIDS, and such like diseases, but those diseases were not having greater psychological effect on human life. Right now, diseases are having greater psychological effect on human life. If someone is suffering from cancer, for example, then that is going to affect greatly that person's life. This is the main concern of health psychologist. Now you have suffered from the disease. Now how you can control your behavior in order to fight that particular disease. They advise people regarding this thing, that how they can change their lifestyle now, what are the coping strategies they should adopt, what should be their social life. So all these things, they affect the particular disease. So it is said that through your willpower you can control, and you can control the further spreading of that particular disease in your physiology. So they teach people about these things. So health psychology and behavioral medicine are very closely related, and definitely it is related with the clinical psychology, because clinical psychology deals with the illnesses, with the mental problems, mental illnesses, psychological, psychiatric illnesses. So that is also one domain of health psychology. As I told you, that it studies it through psychological perspective as well. So that becomes one domain, which is basically the clinical side of psychology. So is it clear? So this was just the introductory lecture about what health psychology is. Inshallah, tomorrow we will go further related to this chapter. Okay, till then, Allah Hafiz.